He says, woe to you, Pharisees and your scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets and decorate the monuments of the righteous and say, if we had lived in the days of our fathers, we would not have taken part with them in the blood of the prophets. So here they are in their hypocrisy going, oh, we are so much better than they were. We would never do that. No. I can't believe they acted like that. But you see, we still do that today with each other, with our peers. We look at each other like, can you believe what so-and-so did? And so-and-so's probably looking around going, can you believe what you just did? You know, we have a little thing that Yeshua talks about, this thing called a plank in the eye and a twig. That applies to everybody. Everybody's so good at seeing those twigs in everybody else's eyes. They're not really good at seeing that plank in their own. You know, Philippians 2:12 says, work out your own salvation. It doesn't tell you to work out mine. It doesn't tell me to work out anybody else's. It just doesn't say that. But yet, we all think it's our job. I mean, I got an email the other day from somebody who wanted to straighten me out on the name, typical sacred name approach. And I had to simply say, look, I've read all the research. I know this. I've been studying this out, I'm sure, longer than you've even been, because the person was a little bit younger. I said, I've probably been studying this longer than you've been alive. I just don't agree with you. So why don't we just leave it at that? If you want to debate and argue, I'm not interested. If you send me an email back that's debating and arguing, I'm just going to delete it and ignore it. I'm just not interested in doing that. But that's the whole thing, is that I said, look, I think I also said in my response, we have to walk out our own salvations. Allow me my space, I allow you yours. Have a nice day. Okay? We have to stop this idea of thinking we have to go out there and save and fix everybody. He's working on you. He's working on me. You don't have to work on me, and I don't have to work on you. Now, I have a responsibility that I get to stand here and put out a general thing for everybody, and then you could decide what you want to do with it. I mean, I had somebody get all mad at some of the postings we were putting on some of these group pages with the teachings about some of the things I said. I said I only put it out there for public decision and consumption as to whether or not it's something that's useful to them. If it's not useful to you, don't listen to it. Why get all upset the fact that it's there? It's just a teaching. Okay, but you have a public group where you let everybody else post teaching, so I post the teaching. The thing is, oh, no, we want to control everything. Okay, fine, so control it. Then it's funny, because then we get accused of the same thing, because people want to post stuff on the MTOI site page. I said, but the MTOI page is not an open forum page. It's a targeted group page. It's only for MTOI and for promoting MTOI things on that, because there are thousands of other groups that are there to discuss anything and everything. Go post on one of those, right? And so people get mad at me, oh, you're just trying to be controlling. No, this group is just not for that purpose. What I find funny is that when I post in one of the groups that are for that purpose, if they don't like something, then they get all mad at me for posting. I said, I'm not the one in there going, you're wrong and I'm right about any particular thing. I say, here's a teaching on a subject. If you're interested, listen to it. If you're not, don't. The guys that they let post, though, this is the funny part, they'll let people post that are getting in everybody's face, telling everybody how wrong they are and how right they are. That they allow. But they won't allow just someone to say, here's a teaching for your consideration. But they'll allow the guys who are out there, I call them the Facebook trolls, that are just ready to pounce on anybody that says anything. They stalk. They're stalking trolls. And I don't mean that to be, I'm not trying to be ugly and nasty. I'm just saying functionally, that's what it's like. Like the trolls and the legends that used to hide under the bridge, waiting for somebody to come. That's what they're like. And they're just waiting for somebody to say anything that they're never going to post first. They're waiting for someone to say something so that they can jump up and show everybody how smart they are and how stupid everybody else is. And unfortunately, they don't have any idea that it really does the opposite. It shows how rude and obnoxious they are and how much they don't understand Scripture. Because I've said this over and over again. If you cannot maintain the fruit of the Spirit while talking about something, then you're already wrong anyway. So where is the gentleness and the meekness and the love and the patience and all of the other things that are in the fruit of the Spirit when you tell everybody how stupid they are every time they post anything on the internet? The only person, well, I shouldn't say that, the only people that you see the Messiah giving any grief are the leadership. And he's calling them to account. And what have I told you over and over again? Don't want this job because there is a higher accountability. And don't think for a second that's not going to be the way it works when we go before Judgment Day, that the teachers and the leaders, or those who at least who are claiming to be teachers and leaders, aren't going to be standing at a much stronger judgment than everybody else. Just like Yeshua here isn't giving the local people the grief. And even Ezekiel was told not so much to give the people the grief, because after all, it was the leadership who was responsible for guiding and leading the people. And if they're going to lead them incorrectly and lead them astray, they're going to get the higher judgment. He says, oh boy, but you guys say, if we had been there, we wouldn't have done that, but they're doing the same thing. And that's what Yeshua is going to tell him here in a second.